Everyone wants to retire in 10 years. But most videos lie to you. They say, just invest a little money, let compounding do the magic, and you'll be free. That sounds good, but for most people, that is not enough. So, in this video, let's do this properly. No fantasy, no fake guru talk. Just one honest question. Can a normal person retire in 10 years if they start today? Yes, but only if they understand one brutal truth. Retiring in 10 years is not mainly about investing. It is about creating a gap between what you earn and what you spend, and then protecting that gap like your life depends on it. Because retirement is not an age. It is when your assets can pay your bills without your job. That's it. Part 1. First, understand what retirement really means. Most people think retirement means never working again. Not true. Real retirement means you no longer need to work for survival. You can still work part-time. You can do small business. You can do YouTube. You can manage property. You can consult. The point is freedom. So, if someone says, I want to retire in 10 years, what they really mean is, I want enough income from investments or assets to cover my lifestyle. That means step 1 is not picking stocks. Step 1 is this. Find out how much your life actually costs. If your yearly spending is $40,000, your retirement target is very different from someone spending $100,000 a year. This is where most people fail. They want a retirement plan without knowing their own numbers. Part 2. The number you actually need. Let's keep this simple. A common rule people use is the 4% rule. That means if you want to live on your portfolio, you roughly need $40,000 a year equals about $1 million. $60,000 a year equals about $1.5 million. $80,000 a year equals about $2 million. Now listen carefully. That does not mean you must save all of that in cash yourself, because over 10 years, you may have your own savings, investment growth, superannuation or retirement accounts, property equity, rental income, side income, part-time work in early retirement. That is why a realistic 10-year retirement is possible for some people, but not by magic, by stacking income, cutting waste, and investing hard. Part 3. The brutal math nobody tells you. Here is the truth. If you are starting from zero and want to fully retire in 10 years on a big lifestyle, it is very hard. Very hard. For example, if you want $1 million in 10 years with average market returns, you may need to invest around $5,000 to $6,000 per month consistently, depending on returns. That is not possible for many households. So the realistic path is not save tiny money and become free in 10 years. The realistic path is 1. Increase income. 2. Reduce lifestyle inflation. 3. Invest a large percentage. 4. Lower the cost of retirement. 5. Accept that early retirement may start as partial retirement. That is how real people do it, not by flexing on Instagram. Part 4. Step-by-step realistic 10-year plan. Step 1. Audit your life today. Before you invest $1, know 3 numbers. Your monthly income, your monthly expenses, your net worth. Most people avoid this because truth hurts. But if your money leaks everywhere, investing will not save you. Write down housing, transport, food, subscriptions, debt payments, shopping, family costs, insurance, random spending. Then separate expenses into 2 groups, needs and ego spending. That one step alone changes everything. Because many people are not poor, they are just financially leaking. Step 2. Kill bad debt fast. If you have high interest debt, your retirement plan is bleeding. Credit cards, personal loans, useless car debt, buy now, pay later addiction, these things destroy compounding. Before dreaming about retirement, stop digging the hole deeper, because earning 8% in investments while paying 18% interest is stupidity. So step 2 is simple. Destroy toxic debt first, not slowly, aggressively. Step 3. Raise your savings rate, not just your income. This is where retirement in 10 years becomes possible. A person saving 10% of income will struggle badly. A person saving 30%, 40%, or even 50% has a real shot. Because the more you save, the more you invest, the faster your assets grow, the lower your spending habits become, the less money you need to retire. This is the secret most people miss. If you can live on less now, you need less later. That means you are winning from both sides. So don't just ask, how can I earn more? Also ask, how can I keep more? That question is worth millions. Step 4. Increase income like your freedom depends on it. Because it does. For most people, cutting coffee is not enough. they need a bigger engine. That may mean overtime, promotion, better job, second income, business, freelancing, content creation, skill upgrade, partner income strategy. Your 10-year retirement plan becomes much more real when income jumps. A person earning $70,000 and saving a little may struggle. A household earning $150,000 to $200,000 and investing hard has a real chance. So stop pretending investing alone will save a weak income. Income matters a lot. Step 5. Choose a simple investing system. This is where people overcomplicate everything. You do not need 27 stocks, crypto gambling, and daily trading. A realistic retirement plan needs a system you can repeat for 10 years without panic. Usually that means broad index funds or ETFs, retirement account contributions, diversified exposure, low fees, regular investing, long-term mindset. The goal is not to become clever, the goal is to become consistent. Because flashy investing usually creates poor retirees, simple investing creates quiet wealth. Step 6. Automate everything. Human beings are emotional. That is why automation wins. Set automatic transfers for bills, savings, investments, emergency fund, extra mortgage or debt repayment. Do not depend on motivation. Motivation disappears. Systems stay. If your money gets invested before you touch it, your future starts building without daily drama. Step 7. Build an emergency fund. A 10-year retirement plan can be destroyed by one bad year. Job loss, medical issue, car trouble, family emergency. That is why you need a cash buffer. Not because cash grows fast, but because it stops you from selling investments at the worst possible time. So keep emergency money. That buffer protects your whole plan. Step 8. Avoid lifestyle inflation. This one is deadly. You get a raise, then upgrade the car, upgrade the phone, upgrade the house, upgrade the holidays, upgrade the stress. Now you earn more but still feel broke. That is how 10 years disappears. A person who controls lifestyle inflation can retire far earlier than a person who constantly upgrades status. Wealth is not what people see. Wealth is what you keep. Step 9. Decide your version of retirement. This is the smartest step. Do you want full retirement? Semi-retirement? Coast retirement? Move to a cheaper place? Live off rent plus part-time work? Use super later and bridge the gap first. Because many people do not need complete retirement in 10 years. They need freedom from pressure. That is easier. For example, reduce living costs, pay off home, build strong portfolio, create part-time income, work only by choice. That is still a huge win. In fact, that is more realistic than chasing a fantasy of doing nothing forever. Step 10. Review every year. Every year, check income, expenses, amount invested, returns, debt reduction, net worth growth, retirement target gap. If your number is off, fix it early. Retirement plans do not fail in year 10. They fail in year 2 when people stop paying attention. Part 5. Example of a realistic path. Let's say a household wants to retire or semi-retire in 10 years. They currently spend $60,000 a year. That means full retirement may need around $1.5 million invested if they want to depend fully on assets. That is hard. So, instead, they reduce spending to $45,000. Now their target falls closer to about $1.1 to $1.2 million. They also plan for $700,000 to $900,000 invested portfolio, part-time income of $10,000 to $20,000, lower mortgage or paid-off house, some super or retirement savings growing in the background. Now suddenly the plan becomes much more realistic. That is the key. Retirement gets closer when you reduce the amount your life needs to cost, not just when you chase higher returns. Part 6. Biggest lies about retiring in 10 years. Let's kill a few lies. Lie 1. Anyone can do it easily. No, not everyone can. It depends on income, location, debt, dependence, and discipline. Lie 2. Investing alone is enough. No, without strong saving and income, investing cannot perform miracles. Lie 3. You need to be a genius. No, you need patience, consistency, and emotional control. Lie 4. Retirement means doing nothing. No, for many people, early retirement means financial freedom with optional work. Lie 5. You must become rich first. No, you need your assets to cover your lifestyle. That lifestyle number matters more than your ego. Final truth. So, can you retire in 10 years? Yes, but only if you are honest. Honest about your income, honest about your spending, honest about your debt, honest about how much sacrifice you are actually willing to make. Because retirement in 10 years is not built on hope. It is built on high savings rate, controlled lifestyle, simple investing, rising income, patience, and a smaller ego. Most people do not fail because the math is impossible. They fail because they want freedom without discomfort. That never works. If you start today, stay focused for 10 years, and live below your means while investing hard, you may not become a billionaire, but you can absolutely become something far more valuable, a person who no longer needs to panic about money, and that is real freedom. Retiring in 10 years is possible, but for disciplined people.